The situation in the Middle East has taken a dramatic turn overnight, as tensions involving Israel have escalated to a level that is now capturing global attention. What began as a series of localized clashes has rapidly evolved into a broader and more dangerous confrontation, with military movements, political statements, and regional reactions all pointing toward a highly volatile moment. Late last night, reports began emerging of intensified military activity across multiple areas. Sirens echoed through cities, warning civilians to take shelter as projectiles were detected inbound. In response, defensive systems were activated, intercepting several threats midair. The night sky lit up with flashes, a stark reminder of how quickly the situation has deteriorated. Residents described the experience as tense and unpredictable, with many spending hours in shelters waiting for updates. At the same time, military officials confirmed that new directives had been issued overnight. These orders indicate a shift in operational posture, suggesting that forces are preparing not just for defense, but for potential expanded engagement. While exact details remain classified, analysts believe this includes troop mobilization, strategic positioning, and heightened readiness across multiple fronts. This escalation did not happen in isolation. Over the past several days, a series of incidents steadily increased pressure on all sides. Border skirmishes, targeted strikes, and retaliatory actions have created a cycle that is now intensifying. Each move is being closely watched, not just by those directly involved, but by countries around the world concerned about the risk of a wider conflict. One of the most concerning aspects of this latest development is the involvement of multiple regions. Activity has been reported not only in one area but across several zones, raising fears that the conflict could spread. This multi-front dynamic adds a layer of complexity, making it harder to predict how events will unfold. Political leaders have begun responding swiftly. Emergency meetings are being held, and statements are being released urging restraint while also emphasizing national security priorities. Some leaders have warned that any further escalation could have serious consequences, while others have expressed support for defensive measures. The tone of these messages reflects the seriousness of the situation, as well as the delicate balance between diplomacy and military action. International reactions have also been pouring in. Global powers are calling for de-escalation, emphasizing the importance of dialogue and caution. However, behind the scenes, there are indications that contingency plans are being reviewed. The possibility of broader involvement is something that many governments are clearly preparing for, even as they publicly advocate for calm. On the ground, the human impact is becoming increasingly visible. Civilians are once again finding themselves caught in the middle of uncertainty. Schools have been closed in affected areas, transportation has been disrupted, and daily life has been significantly altered. For many, the focus is now on safety and staying informed as events continue to develop. Military analysts are closely examining the implications of the overnight orders. The language used in official communications suggests a readiness to respond to multiple scenarios. This includes both defensive operations and potential offensive measures, depending on how the situation evolves. Such preparations often indicate that decision-makers are anticipating further escalation rather than immediate de-escalation. Another key factor is the technological aspect of modern conflict. Advanced defense systems, surveillance capabilities, and precision targeting are all playing a role in shaping the current situation. These tools can both limit and intensify conflict, depending on how they are used. While they may reduce certain risks, they also enable faster responses, which can accelerate the pace of escalation. The regional context is also critical. Long-standing tensions, alliances, and rivalries all contribute to the current environment. What happens in one area can quickly influence others, creating a chain reaction. This interconnected nature means that even small developments can have significant consequences. There are also economic implications to consider. Markets often react quickly to geopolitical instability, and early indicators suggest that investors are already paying close attention. Energy prices, in particular, could be affected if the situation continues to escalate, given the region's importance in global supply. As the situation continues to unfold, information is being updated rapidly. New reports are emerging by the hour, and details are still being verified. This makes it essential to approach each update with caution, understanding that initial reports can sometimes change as more information becomes available. One of the most pressing questions right now is what comes next. Will there be further escalation, or will diplomatic efforts manage to stabilize the situation? The answer depends on a range of factors, including decisions made in the coming hours and days. Each action taken by any side has the potential to influence the overall trajectory. For viewers trying to make sense of all this, it's important to focus on confirmed information and credible sources. In times like these, misinformation can spread quickly, adding confusion to an already complex situation. Staying informed through reliable updates is crucial. Despite the uncertainty, there are still efforts underway to prevent further escalation. Diplomatic channels remain open, and there are ongoing discussions aimed at reducing tensions. While these efforts may not always be visible, they play a vital role in managing crises. At the same time, preparedness remains a priority. Governments are taking steps to ensure that they are ready for a range of outcomes. This includes everything from civil defense measures to strategic planning at the highest levels. The coming hours are likely to be critical. Developments during this period could set the tone for what happens next. Whether the situation stabilizes or escalates further will depend on how events unfold and how key players respond. For now, the focus remains on monitoring the situation closely. Updates will continue to come in, and each new piece of information will help build a clearer picture of what is happening. As always, staying informed and aware is the best way to understand such complex and rapidly changing events. This is a developing story, and we will continue to bring you the latest updates as they become available.